Hi there, this is Adam with X-Laser, here to give you a quick overview of the basic builder of our Mercury laser control system on myDMX 3. So if you're using the Mobile Beat Mercury or the Skywriter HPX M2, you'll have the option of having 1 to 4 basic builders. If I go here to my patch, you can see that I've got 4 patched right now. They each take 28 channels. They're the exact same fixture, there's nothing weird about it. It's just repeating the fixture over and over again for those 4 different instances. You don't have to use 4. You can just use 1, you can use 3, whatever works for you. You'll see that down here in our fixture view, it gives us those 4 fixtures, and each one is patched as 2 cells. So cell 1 is RGB and then everything else for the basic builder. Cell 2 is only the second RGB beam set. So these are just in here as color cell 1 and color cell 2. So on here, a lot of it works basically just like a moving head. The short version is we've gone in intensity, so I can go ahead and bring that intensity up. And you'll see that that intensity doesn't actually give us anything right now. The reason why is because our pan and tilt are currently both way off to the side, so we're going to have to go ahead and center those. So I'll go ahead and move that to about the middle. I'll move that to about the middle. And now you can see that we've got that. Another option I have is I can come over here to the pallet view, and I can go ahead and just hit center. Then we can move that around however is appropriate. For color, you'll notice that if I change color here, there is no color change. This is like the one weird thing about the Mercury control system because of how we had to do colors. So if I go back to the faders, you can see that I have 6 color channels right here, RGB1 and RGB2. If I go ahead and change RGB2 to be blue, you can now see in cell 1 it's red and in cell 2 it's blue, but there's no difference on the output. The reason why is because we haven't selected a color mode. So I can look at this back in the palette. And you can see that there are a number of different color modes, including a basic overall override versus a point gradient, all kinds of different gradient options that are available to us. If I turn off the color effect, you'll see that we just go back to the default color. So for gobos, we have a number of different pages and palettes. And for this one, I'm going to look at it in the pages and patterns. I'm going to go over here into the palette. So you see we have a couple of different pages. Circles, lines, dangerous curves, triangles, squares, other polygons, points, building blocks, etc. I'm going to go ahead and just for the sake of this, I'm going to go to the triangles page. And then you see that we have a number of different gobos that are available as well. I can cycle through here and you can see a couple of the different options. And you'll see that not every page is completely full. There are some pages that are not completely full, but that's all right. We've got some options. So you've got your gobo. We can also do some sizing. So if I come out here, I have X scale and Y scale. X scale, and go down to nothing and even invert it on itself to flip it around. Y scale, exactly the same. I can take it down. I can even flip it on itself. We can do a static rotation where we just put it somewhere and keep it there. Or we can tie that into the effects on our console. We can then do a continuous rotation where it moves very slowly, or we can make it move very quickly. We can even reverse the direction quickly and slowly. Or we can completely stop our rotation. We even have a number of different prism effects. So 1x2, 1x3, more, triangular, more options. One of the really cool things we can do is we can actually change our spacing on the x-axis and the y-axis of our prism. We can even completely invert it on itself. We can index the individual segments of the prism. I'm going to go ahead and change our gobo here to one that I know works out pretty well for liquid skies. Let's do 1x7. I'm going to remove a prism. And now I'm going to show you some of our wave effects. So going through on the wave effects are these last three items here. You see that we have some different waves. And then we also have some weird motion stuff. So you can go ahead and do, weird rotations, some tilts, some pans, some combination things. With our waves and such, you can not only change the speed, but you can also change the size. So that's a quick overview of just how easy it is to work inside of the Mercury Basic Builder. One of the cool things that you can do is you can actually do 4 different builders. So if I go ahead and reset all this, select these, I'm going to go ahead and bring our intensity up, and I'll go ahead and center. And I can go ahead and do a linear fan from center. I'll do there to there. You can see that we can actually fan out 4 different builders. One of the really cool things is we can actually change the gobos of each of these. They're completely independent. We can go ahead and do triangle there. Go ahead and do a little star there. And a little squiggly there. We can do a different color effect on each of them. So if I want to go ahead and pull up our color effects, we'll go ahead and go green for that guy, yellow for that guy, blue for that guy, and then we'll bring this one white. We can pick all those. We can add effects. We can go ahead and add a pan tilt effect. And we can go ahead and do phase on it. Make it a little smaller so that we fit in here. I can come back here and I can give them all a nice little spin. So I hope that's been a good quick overview of the basic builder for Mercury using myDMX 3. Thank you.